Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rob, and today I really need you guys' help. So I was talking to a friend of mine and we were discussing these three sneakers in my collection. So these are probably my favorite fours for this year that I copped, and I wanted to do a comparison of the brick by brick and the Air Jordan 4 Rare Air and the Varsity Red joints that I got, and get you guys' perspective on which one you think is the dopest sneaker. Now, from my perspective, I'm not going to give you, matter of fact, let's just get into the sneakers. So let's start off with the usual suspect, the brick by brick. And you look at this suede, man. The suede is pretty good on this particular sneaker. The overall concept, the storytelling, the sneaker itself, the textures, especially on the front toe box and so forth, and the suede throughout is super dope. It still has some plasticky like feeling on the sneaker, just like a standard Jordan 4, but overall the presentation of this sneaker is pretty dope. I definitely enjoy the suede, the texture on the materials of the sneaker, and the storytelling. They definitely cooked with this. They definitely went in on this particular sneaker. But overall, the suede we've seen before, even though it's nice, it's a standard Jordan 4, just a different colorway with some texture added to it. Now, looking at the Rare Air 4s, like the suede on this is super plush. In my personal opinion, it has better suede than the brick by bricks. I mean, you just look at the suede on this shoe, it is amazing. And I really think people, when they get this in hand, because this is so readily available, they're gonna realize that, this is an amazing sneaker that Nike actually cooked with this particular sneaker. I mean, the suede is super dope. The colorway is dope. It just didn't have the hype like the bricks had behind it, and it was just so readily available. And you know how hype beasts are. If it's not exclusive, it's not tight. So it's not a dope sneaker. It's a brick. And because people can have access to this particular sneaker, I think it falls in that regard. Now, looking at the SB Varsity Red, I know this wasn't a general release, friends and family release and so forth. And I had to trade like several sneakers to get this in hand. And when I tell you, it's everything that an SB should be. It's definitely it's everything that those pine green SBs was. This is a dope sneaker, with soft leather, soft rubbery texture, along with the suede at the tip. This was a solid pickup for me. And when I realized I was able to get it and I could find someone that could trade me for this particular sneaker, it wasn't even a thought. I definitely made the trade because this is something that Nike should have came out. Instead of the navy joints, we should have got these. So with that, tell me what you think. Which sneaker actually cooks out of these three? You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the hype, which one's the most hypest, but which is the dopest sneaker from you guys' perspective? And if you like the content, like, follow, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on that notification button, because I'm trying to get the channel up and running, and I need the support. So as always, don't be a hype beast.